Hello everyone. Welcome to the Daily Current Affairs by Neo IAS. So today on 19th April 2019, our topics are Genome Sequencing, Tiger Census 2018, then World Heritage Day, Current Affair Capsule, Map Aided Program and PQRs. So our first topic, that is Genome Sequencing. So why it came in news is that the CSIR, they are going to introduce a technique to use genome sequencing to map population diversity. Okay, so the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR, they are going to use this genome sequencing to map population diversity. So talking about this genome sequencing, actually it's a technique used to figure out the order of DNA nucleotides or bases in a genome. So we know that the genes, they are the hereditary material that is present in human beings, and this genes, they are made up of this DNA, and this DNA, it consists of 4 nucleotide bases. It's shown here, that is the thymine, cytosine, adenine and guanine. Actually, this AGTCC or etc., that nucleotide band, it will detect the, or it will decide the behavioral aspect or the the structural aspect of each individual, or its variation actually determines the behavioral aspect of each individual. And we know that about DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid. We also heard about RNA, that is ribonucleic acid. So in humans, it's DNA, and the basic difference between this DNA and RNA is that in RNA, instead of this thymine, that is a nucleotide base, uracil is present. And also we know that DNA is a double helical structure, whereas RNA, it is single stranded. So in genome sequencing, they use this DNA nucleotides to figure out the order of genes. Okay, and it also helps the scientists to find genes much more easily and quickly. And also, studying the entire genome sequence, it will help us to understand 2 things. What are they? How the genomes as a whole work. That is the first thing. And they also help us to understand how genes work together to direct the growth, development and maintenance of the entire organism. So by studying this gene, we will be able to understand how the genome as a whole works and how genes work together to direct the growth, development and maintenance of an entire organism. Okay. And the genes, they account for less than 25% of the DNA in the genome. So if we are able to understand the entire genome sequence, we will be able to understand the other genes or the outside genes, that includes the regulatory regions. Okay, that means these regulatory regions, they will control how these genes are turned on or off. That is the advantage of this genome editing, genome sequencing. Okay, and let's discuss the difference between a gene and a genome. We know that this genome, it is a living thing. It's a living thing's genetic material, or we can say that they are a set of hereditary instructions for building, running and maintaining an organism, and also passing life on to the next generation. So here there is a diagrammatic representation. You can easily understand its formation. That is, a genome, it is divided into chromosomes. So actually this gene, it is present inside the chromosomes, and these genes, they are made up of DNA. Okay, and this gene, actually it is a small piece of genome. Then let's discuss the difference between genome mapping and genome sequencing. So simply we can say that genome map is less detailed, whereas genome sequencing, it is a very detailed study and it includes each and every aspect of a gene. Okay. So, the sequence is simply the most detailed and possible map, whereas the genome mapping, it involves less information to collect and organize the sequencing. Okay. And in order for the studying the human genome, it is actually a two-pronged effort, that it aimed at both a comprehensive genome map and a complete genome sequence. Okay, that is the difference between genome mapping and genome sequencing. That is, you have to remember this keyword, genome map, it is less detailed, whereas genome sequence, it includes each and every details is being collected in genome sequence. And next, let's discuss the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR. Actually, it's an autonomous body and it is the largest research and development organization in India. And it was established in 1942 and it is funded by Ministry of Science and Technology. And as I said, it is an autonomous body and it is registered under Societies Registration Act 1860. And another feature is that the Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize. Actually, it is a prestigious prize that is been awarded to the scientists under age 45. Actually, this Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize is awarded by this CSIR to scientists under 45. Okay, and its areas of research include radio and space physics, then nanotechnology, then aeronautics, instrumentation, environmental engineering, etc. So, to brief, the CSIR is an autonomous body and it's the largest research development organization in India, funded by Ministry of Science and Technology, and it is registered under the Societies Registration Act 1860. And Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize, it's the prestigious award that is given by the CSIR. Okay, that's all about our first topic. Then our second topic, it is Tiger Census 2018. And the 2018 Tiger Census report, it was delayed due to introduction of new methods and also inclusion of more states. Actually, this Tiger Census, it's a 4-yearly report. The first census, it was conducted in 2006. The second one, it was conducted in 2010. And the third one, the third census, it was conducted in 2014. And this is the fourth cycle of the Tiger Census. That is a Tiger Census 2018. And the newly introduced states are Nagaland, Manipur, Gujarat. Okay, they have been included besides the 18 Tiger Range states. And another thing is to be noted that in this Tiger Census, only adult tigers are being counted. Okay, so the tiger cubs, they were excluded, only adult tigers are counted. And another important thing is that this is the first time that is in neighboring Nepal, Bangladesh and Bhutan are being roped in for this census. Actually, these countries, they constitute a larger tiger range in the Indian subcontinent. Okay. And about the methods used, that is the polygon search method. Actually, what is this polygon search method is that it involves tracking of the pore signs of tigers. And the areas, it is divided into 25 square kilometers and the pore signs are being tracked. And another method is that the feces of the tigers, it is collected with a technique which involves making of polygons and squares in this case. And the other method, physically going there and collecting the feces for genetic sampling. And the method for the collecting of these feces for genetic sampling, that method for collecting this feces for genetic sampling, it is known as SCATS. So, it involves this polygon search method. It's a newer method which has been introduced. And there also been some softwares. Some softwares are being used for this tiger estimation. They are SECR, that means spatially explicit capture recapture, then mobile technology M-strips, then extract compare, which helps to differentiate between the stripes of tigers, as each tiger they have got a unique pattern. So we can differentiate between the patterns of the paw pattern, the paw signs. Okay, that is this extract compare. Okay, then our third topic, that is World Heritage Day. So the April 18, it has been celebrated as the World Heritage Day, and this World Heritage Day, it is observed every year, and its main aim is to promote the cultural heritage across the world. So actually the ICOMOS in 1982, they suggested that this April 18 should be celebrated as the International Day for Monuments and Sites. It has been suggested by this ICOMOS, and the UNESCO, they approved this proposal the very next year during its 22nd General Conference. And we know that it is very crucial to protect and preserve these monuments. And about World Heritage status, so a World Heritage site means it can be either be a building, a city, a complex, or a forest. That means it should have some cultural and physical significance. Okay, and who identifies this site is that UNESCO. UNESCO, with the help of 21-member World Heritage Committee, and also it consists of an advisory body such as ICOMOS and IUCN. They decides about the cultural and natural sites to be included on this World Heritage list. So, who all are there? The UNESCO, with the help of its 21 World Heritage Committee and an advisory body consisting of ICOMOS and IUCN, they decide what all are to be included in this World Heritage site list. Okay. So, such cultural and natural sites they must display. First thing is an outstanding universal value. So, either they should have an outstanding universal value, or it should fulfill one or more out of 10 prescribed criteria. Some criteria are there and they should fulfill one or two. Okay, and they should also maintain the condition of authenticity and integrity, and that site it should be in a good state of conservation. And talking about this ICOMOS, this ICOMOS stands for International Council for Monuments and Sites. And its key feature is that it is the only global non-government organization for the conservation of heritage, and actually they help in the promotion and application of theory, methodology and scientific techniques for the protection of this archaeological heritage. And as I said, it is included in the advisory body. This ICOMOS, it is included in the advisory body. So along with UNESCO, they will identify the heritage site. And here I will explain 2 points. It is not related, actually this is not related to this prelims, this current affairs, but it is these two words, it has got some prelims importance. They are this Venice Charter. Actually, it's a 1964 international charter on the conservation and restoration of monuments and sites. Okay, it's an international charter, and it provides an international framework for the conservation and restoration of historic buildings. Okay, that is about Venice Charter. And next is Gasola Prize. It is the highest distinction awarded by the ICOMOS to individuals or groups for their conservation of heritage. So, we are talking about ICOMOS, that is why I have also included these two words, that is these two topics, that is first is Venice Charter and Gasola Prize. Okay, then let's see India and the World Heritage Site. So, the UNESCO, it has recognized 35 World Heritage Sites in India, and out of this includes 29 cultural sites and 7 natural sites and 1 mixed site. And India has the 6th largest number of sites in the world, and the UNESCO, it has inscribed Nalanda University of Bihar as the World Heritage Site on July 15, 2016. Okay, after including this Nalanda, it was also included 2 sites. The first one is Chandigarh's Capitol Complex and the other one is Sikkim's Kanchenjunga National Park. These 2 sites are also being included under the World Heritage Site. So, the thing is that it is the first time that a country was able to get 3 sites that are being included in the UNESCO's World Heritage List in a single session of the committee's meeting. Okay, which are the 3 sites? First is in Nalanda University, then the Chandigarh's Capitol Complex and the Sikkim's Kanchenjunga National Park. And in 2018, the Victorian and Art Deco ensembles of Mumbai, it has been inscribed as the India's 37th site on UNESCO's World Heritage List. That is in 2018. Clear? Then, in current affair capsule, our first topic is Ravana 1. Actually, it is Sri Lanka's first satellite that has been launched into space. And this research satellite, it was designed and built at the Kyushu Institute of Technology in Japan. So, you have to remember that Ravana first, it is the Sri Lanka's first satellite to be launched into space. And next topic is Oumuamua. Actually, it was the first known object from outside the solar system to do a flyby of the Earth. That is Oumuamua. It was the first known object from outside the solar system to do a flyby of the Earth and was discovered in late 2017. Okay. And today in Math Aided Program, our topic is Uyghurs. Actually, why it came in news is that China, it is using artificial intelligence to profile Uyghur Muslims. This Uyghur people, they are Turkic Muslims, and they themselves, they regard themselves as culturally and ethnically close to Central Asian nations. And their language, it is similar to Turkish, and about 11 million people, they live in the China Xinjiang region, that is Western China Xinjiang region. So, they are Turkic Muslims, and they culturally and ethnically they are close to Central Asian nation, and they have been living in the Western China Xinjiang region. And here you can see, so the areas are marked which are occupied with this Uyghurs. Okay, and why they are threatened? Because in the earlier part of 20th century, the Uyghurs briefly declared independence. However, this region was brought under the complete control of Communist China in 1949. And the Xinjiang, where this Uyghurs live, it has been officially designated as an autonomous region with China, like the Tibet in the south. Okay. So, the Uyghur activists, they are now arguing that the China, they gradually curtail their religious, commercial and cultural activities. That is why they are threatened. Okay. And in prelims question revision series, our question is, disguised unemployment generally means A, large number of people remain unemployed, B, alternative employment is not available, C, marginal productivity of labor is 0, and D, productivity of workers is low. So, it is a question related to disguised unemployment. So, disguised unemployment is that a large number of people are doing a job which needs to be done by less number of people. Okay, a large number of people, they are doing a job that needs to be done by a small number of people. The best example is agriculture. So, if you are considering a family and an agrarian economy in that an agriculture family, the entire family will be devoted to agriculture. But the thing is that if we remove some people, the productivity is the same. Okay, if you remove some people from that group, the productivity of the labor, it remains the same. That means we can say that the marginal productivity of the labor is 0. That condition is called disguised unemployment. Okay, so actually it's a very direct question. So our answer will be C, that is marginal productivity of labor is 0. So our answer is C. So that's all for today's session. You can download the materials from the link given below, and thank you for listening.